Hello, Julie here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining me, and if you enjoy my video, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Okay, today I'm going to make an embellishment for my journal. It's this journal here that I'm making. I'm using the Sunflowers and Labradors digital kit for this one. So I've printed out a couple of pages. One of them is single-sided because that's going to be attached to the page, and this one's double-sided because that's going to, you'll be able to see both sides. So I saw this embellishment on Miss Painterlot's January project a day or something like that. I've changed it up a little bit. I'm going to change the size obviously because I want it to fit my journal. And yeah, so I'm going to start with, I want to make it 5 inches wide. And how deep? So let's find a page. So if I do, I think I'll do 6.5 inches. 6.5 inches this way. Okay, so that piece is my base piece. Now I need to use this piece, and I'm going to make this piece, what did I make that? 5 inches. I'm going to make this 3 inches, this piece. So this is going to be 6 inches wide. Do a right way and a wrong way, yes. So this, cut this 6 inches by 5.5, or the same. No, by the same length as that, which is 6.5. So cut this at 6.5 now. I'm going to keep that flower on there. So I'll cut it this way, 6.5. Okay, that's my 2 pieces for that. Now, this piece that's going on the top, goes that way. This piece is, oh, something wrong there. They're supposed to be the same height. And goes that way. Ninny. Ninny, ninny, ninny. Okay, so now this piece that goes on the top, I want to score that. So it is 6 inches wide, so I'm going to score it at 3 inches. I'm going to fold that in halves, like so. Now that is going to go on there like that. It's not quite the same size, but I will trim that up. Okay, then I'm going to need some coffee dyed paper. Let me see what I've got. I've got some scrappy bits here that, you know, have got tears or whatever that I could use. And I need them to be the same size as this, don't I? So that is 6 inches by 6.5 inches. So that one's no good because it's got a big tear there. This one will probably be alright. This one would probably be alright. And that one would be fine. So I'm just using 3 pieces. And I'm going to trim these up to the same size as that piece. So that was 6 by 6.5. You don't have to make these all the same size. You could tear them, you could, you know, treat them however you like. Make them whatever size you like, make them distressed, whatever. So now I'm going to score each one of those in half on the 6-inch edge. And these are going to be a little pad inside of that. So we're making a little booklet with a pocket. Now, before I go any further, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take these to my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch around them. I think that what I might do is round the corners on all of them. So let's pop them in there, and them in there. So that gives us our little notepad. Let's see if my corner rounder will punch through all of those. If it doesn't, I'll have to do them all separately. I don't think it's going to. I'll just do them one by one. You don't need to watch me do this, so what I'll do is I'll punch the corners and then I'll take them all to my sewing machine and I'll stitch around them all, including this base piece. When I've got that organised, I will come back to you. Okay, so I've stitched around everything and I've inked around everything as well, and while I was at it I actually used my sewing machine to stitch my pages into my cover, so I've made like a little notebook here. Now my next job is to attach that on there, so I'm only going to attach around those 3 sides on the back cover. A bit of a malfunction with the glue there. Okay, so now I want to attach that onto that, like so. Okay, and open that up and line that up on there, like that. And then use my bone folder to just squish around there where the glue is. Okay, just wipe any excess off. So there we have a thing that's going to go on our page. We've got a pocket here and we've got a writing pad here. And this, while I was at the sewing machine, I've got this piece of pattern paper that's 1 1/4 inches long, wide and 6 inches long. Doesn't need to be that long. You can see I've only stitched this part here because that is going to come around there and be the closure for that writing pad or booklet. Like so. So the rest of this just gets attached to the back. So let's find the centre here. So that is 6 1/2. So we want 3 1/4. Let's move out here a little bit. So we want that to go on there. That like so. So I'm going to attach glue here You can see I have rounded these corners but not the others at the other end. I don't need to do that. So I want them to be about like that. That way a little bit. There we go. Finish that down. And that gives us our closure there. Now, there's a couple of things you can do. Here's my journal. Let's find a page. Okay, here. So I want it on this side page because that's where my opening is. So this will be the page. I could put it on there. I think I'll put it on there. Okay. So now when you're attaching this to your page, I'm going to cut those off. So when you're attaching this to your page, you can attach it completely. You can attach it with a top pocket and you can attach it with a side pocket. I am going to attach the whole thing on this particular page. Or do I want to put a tag in the top? I might do a top pocket. So, because I'm going to do a top pocket, I'm going to run a bit of washi tape around this so that when I put things in the pocket, they don't catch on anything. And because it's going to be hidden away, I can use some bright washi tape that I probably wouldn't use otherwise. Okay, finish that down. Should have probably put some glue under it because I don't want it coming off. Be more hassle than it's good if it comes off. So there we go. I'm going to attach that down there like so on 3 sides. So remember, you could just attach this completely to your page. You don't have to make another pocket. It's already got one pocket in it. So it you know, depends how much you want to add to your journal. So I'm going to put that on there like that and burnish that down. Well, there's no glue along the top, so I'll go down the side, across the bottom, and up this side. Okay, now we want to hold this in place. So you could use a Velcro dot. You could have put a magnet under there, but I'm just going to use, you could also use a piece of ribbon or lace or something like that. I'm going to use a piece of pattern paper, not that wide of course, coming up on my pretty paper. So I'm just going to do it, say, 1/2 inch wide. I reckon should be enough. How long do I want it? Now this is the right way up. So I reckon if I had it to there, whatever that might be, that's plenty big enough. What is it? 3 inches. I'm going to round the corners on this so that it blends in with the rest of the do both ends. Like so, and ink the edges. Now, I think that just as a bit of decoration, I might add a brad. I think I've got brads in here. No, I haven't. Where are they? Here we go. So, I've got some small black brads, so perhaps because the stitching and everything on this journal is black, I think I might go for the black brads. So they're just tiny brads, and I'm going to use my little mat because this is so small that you can push it out of shape when you're trying to punch holes in it. I'm just going to punch a hole about the middle there and about the middle there. Put my brads in it. Might be a bit easier said than done because they're so small, they're very fiddly. Open them out. Usually they have one leg that's slightly longer than the other. Yes, there we go. And open them out so that they're not going to be in the way. I'm going to turn them sideways like so. If they were longer than the actual width of your little piece, you can cut them off with your scissors. Probably doesn't do your scissors much good, but I haven't had any problems so far. Turn that sideways. Okay. Alright, so that's that sorted out. Now I'm just going to glue that down like that. Make sure I've got that riding up the right way and attach that about there. Do I want it closer? No, that's okay there, like that. Trying to make sure that it's about the same width from there to there, like from that to that, so it's straight in other words. Right, so that's the embellishment. Now we need a tag to go in here and a tag to go in here. Okay, so I've got a couple of tags that come in the kit. These I've only printed single-sided, so I'm going to use what I've got left over from this coffee dyed paper to back these. I don't think I'll fit two on there, no, but that's right. So I'm just going to attach these to the coffee dyed paper. I'll speed this bit up. But before I do, I just want to say, how is everybody? I hope you're all well. Everything's good here, which is always nice. I'm going to just stick that down on there. If I can line that up nicely, it'll save me having to cut that particular part. Alright, so I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to stick this one down onto another piece of cardstock, then I'm going to cut it out and take it to my sewing machine and stitch around the edges. Okay, so that's those two. Just set them aside to dry a bit while I go on and make this. Now this is one of the embellishments from the kit, and I'm going to assemble that, and I'll probably put that in the pocket. So I've got this line drawn on my scoreboard for exactly this reason, because I could line that up there and that up there and know that I'm on the same groove. So I'm going to score that on the lines that are marked. Okay. So these side pieces will fold in. And this piece will fold up like so to make a pocket. Where's my bone folder? There we go. So I'm going to score those, and this will fold down like so. Before I do anything else, I'm going to ink in this section here so that it blends in with the rest of the journal, because there's no other white bits really in the journal. So I'm just taking that white, that bright whiteness off of it. Okay, so that's going to go like that. That's going to go, I need to go down a little bit further by the looks of that. I'm not worried about having a smooth transition or anything like that, because you know, you won't notice it in this particular instance. Up, down. Okay. Now before I stick this together, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine. I'm going to stitch all around that, and while I'm at it, I will stitch around my two tags. Alright, I'll go and do that and I'll be back. Okay, so I've stitched all around those. I have also, while I was stitching, I also stitched in a piece of lace for the tabs on the tags. Now I'm going to glue this up. I'm going to run a bead of glue on the edge of that, and a bead of glue on the edge of that. It's probably more than a bead there. Like so. I'm just going to dab that up a little bit, because I reckon that will ooze out onto my inside of the envelope like that. And I don't want to glue it shut. Now fold that up and glue that down. So by putting the glue on both edges, it means that when that opens, it will, you know, when you put something in there, it's not going to catch on the edges. So I can see that that doesn't quite meet down the bottom there, so I'm going to try to disguise that a bit with a bit of ink. And I'm just going to ink around this. I should have inked those edges before I glued it down, but too late now. So I'm going to put this in the front pocket, and I'm going to put the tags in the back pocket, the pocket up top pocket. One good thing about this, oh well, lots of good things about it, but one of the good things about the digital kit is that it is fairly heavily embellished, so you know you don't need a lot of extra decoration on your bits and pieces. I will add something to that tag. I'm quite happy with that tag as it is, and I'm going to add something to the front of this envelope. So I need to just gather up some supplies to do that. I've got a little packet of fussy cuts here. Something in that I can use. A little tag, a little finger, and probably do the same sort of thing on both of them. I don't know why I'm trying to work with that still in the packet. I can tip them all out. There's a ticket. There's a hat. A little vase of flowers. Little tag. Something like that maybe. There's a little something extra on that. I think I'll do that on that one. And don't need a great deal on this, so I might just do that on there. That in behind that one, and that one on there like that. I think that's what I'll do. Alright, I'm going to put those back in there in a minute. And I also have some coffee dyed tulle here. I'm going to use a bit of that, I think, on them as well. So I didn't know whether coffee dyeing tulle would actually work, but it has taken some of the colour, so that's a bonus. It's not white like it was beforehand. I'm going to double or triple it up. I think what I might do is cut this in halves. Do I want it tall or wide? I think I might do it wide, so I'll cut it in halves this way. It's a bit hard to know which bit's which, whether it's top or bottom, but I'm just going to cut it. It doesn't have to be square, and of course it isn't. I'm going to cut that like that. And I'm going to add the double layer. I think I might add it behind the whole thing. Or do I want to add it behind the vase? I might just add it behind the vase. Right, so let's ink and see what we think. Okay, now I think I'm going to put it in the background. You can't really even see it, but it's there, and it's a bit of texture. So I'm just going to put that on there like so. Then I'm going to attach my little check ticket. Oh no, this was going to go on first, wasn't it? I'm going to put that about there. And I'm going to put this one about there, maybe like that. And then this one, this cute little flower in a vase or bottle. It's going to just go there, like so. Okay, so that's that one. Now this one here, as I said, I'm not going to put anything on that one. I think that one's busy enough. So this one I'm going to add these three things. Okay, so that's our three embellishments for our page. Let's move this out of the way and see how they look. So this one's going to go in here, in our pocket that's under our notebook. And our two tags are going to go up here. That one can go there, and that one can go there. There we go, so there we have it. We've got our notebook, which opens out through here. We can write our journaling in there. Oh. There we go. So there's quite a bit of journaling space there. Plus we've got an envelope there where we could put secret journaling. We'd pop something in there, some journaling. And we've got our two tags up the back for even more journaling because they've got coffee dyed paper on the back. So there we go. That's our little project for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I think it's a great idea. I'll put a link in the description box to the kit and everything that I've used in here. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you can join me when I post my next video. Okay, bye.